In 1069 BC, the world's first divine monarchy was about to be stolen. Imagine yourself in front of the opulent palaces of Egypt. The Nile River, a ribbon of life, snakes through the kingdom. The god-kings of Egypt, who had ruled as living deities for over 2,000 years, were about to face their greatest threat. The old order is crumbling. Egypt is weak. The leaders are divided. The kingdom is ripe for the taking. And into this power vacuum comes warriors from the west. These are no ordinary invaders. They are the Libyans, desert people hardened by the harsh conditions of their homeland. For generations, they have served as mercenaries in the Egyptian army. They know the land, they understand its customs, and they are hungry for power. Welcome to Arnie's Brain Train, where today we're uncovering how Libyan tribal warriors pulled off history's most ambitious religious and political heist. In order to understand the audacity of the Libyan rise, we must first understand the Pharaoh. He was not merely a king. He was considered a god on earth, the embodiment of Horus, the falcon-headed god. His every word was considered divine law. His authority was absolute, underpinned by a complex system of priests, officials, and scribes who enforced his will. The divine right to rule was central to Egyptian life. It ensured stability and order. It dictated everything from the construction of monumental temples and pyramids to the everyday lives of ordinary Egyptians. To challenge the pharaoh was not just treason, it was sacrilege. The Libyans, comprising of tribes like the Meshwesh and Libu, were not new to Egypt. For centuries they had drifted across the porous western borders. They came seeking opportunity, offering their services as soldiers and laborers. The Egyptians, impressed by their warrior skills, readily incorporated them into their armies. The Libyans learned to fight the Egyptian way, adopting their tactics and weapons. They settled in communities integrating into Egyptian society. Yet, they still clung to their own distinct cultural practices, their languages, and their tribal identities, setting the stage for a clash of cultures. As generations went by, the Libyans rose through the ranks of the Egyptian military. They became trusted soldiers, commanders, and even advisors. They were granted land and allowed to build their own settlements. They intermarried with Egyptians, their children becoming a blend of both cultures. This integration was a testament to Egypt's capacity for assimilation. It was also a sign of the times. As the Egyptian elite weakened, they became increasingly reliant on the Libyans, unwittingly giving them the tools and the opportunity to seize control. By the late 11th century BC, Egypt was fractured. The authority of the pharaoh waned. Rival claimants to the throne battled for supremacy. The Libyans, watching from the sidelines, saw their opportunity. They were no longer content to serve a crumbling power. Led by ambitious chiefs, they exploited the chaos. They used their military might to manipulate weak rulers. They forged alliances with disgruntled factions within Egyptian society. Their goal was nothing less than to usurp the throne and establish their own dynasty. The pivotal moment for both sides arrived with the ascension of Shoshenq I, a Libyan chieftain of considerable ambition and cunning. In 945 BC, he seized the throne of Egypt, founding the 22nd dynasty. It was a seismic shift in power, a testament to the Libyans' patient maneuvering and ruthless opportunism. Shoshenq was no usurper content to rule from the shadows. He understood the importance of legitimacy in Egyptian society. He adopted Egyptian titles, learned the language, and embraced the religious practices of his adopted homeland. Now, naturally, the rise of the Libyan pharaohs did not go unchallenged. There were uprisings, rebellions, and attempts by rival dynasties to reclaim the throne. Yet the Libyans proved to be adept rulers. They consolidated their power, restoring stability to the kingdom. They revitalized trade, patronized the arts, and initiated ambitious building projects. Many Egyptians, weary of internal strife, accepted the new dynasty. They recognized the Libyans' commitment to Egyptian traditions and their role in restoring order. A new era had begun, one where Egyptian and Libyan cultures intertwined. The Libyan pharaohs ruled over Egypt for almost 2 centuries. Their reign was a period of cultural fusion. Libyan artistic motifs appeared alongside traditional Egyptian designs. Religious practices evolved, incorporating elements of both cultures. The Egyptian language absorbed Libyan words. The Libyan kings, while embracing Egyptian ways, also maintained ties with their Libyan roots. They appointed relatives to powerful positions, ensuring the loyalty of their power base. They sponsored expeditions back to their ancestral lands, reinforcing their connections to their heritage. The Libyan dynasty eventually fell, as all dynasties do, to internal strife and external pressures. But their impact on Egypt was profound. They had shattered the myth of the pharaoh's invincibility, proving that even a god king could be overthrown. More importantly, they had demonstrated that foreign rule did not necessarily mean the destruction of Egyptian culture. Instead, it could lead to adaptation, innovation, and a vibrant fusion of traditions. The Libyan pharaohs stand as a testament to the dynamism and resilience of Egyptian civilization, reminding us that even in the face of upheaval, cultures evolve, adapt, and endure. Well guys, thanks for riding the brain train today. If you enjoyed this journey through ancient Egypt's most dramatic power shift, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell to catch more historical deep dives. All references are in the description, and a special thanks to all the scientists and scholars out there who've done this research. This has been Arnie's Brain Train, where we make the past come alive. See you on our next adventure through time.